Hi, this is Sandy Oberlees.
Hi, this is Russ Swallow.
Hi, this is Coach Clay.
Hi, this is Timothy Brinkley.
Welcome, class, to our new lesson. This is Sandra Oberlees.
And this is Timothy Brinkley.
Okay, well, when we left off, we were working on adjusting our budget. So on our budget here, we wanted to have balanced. I changed my savings and my number of roommates. Now we want to make sure we bring the savings back up to 30% as soon as our income will allow it. I decided that I was going to use Grandpa's old car instead of buying another car so I don't have a car payment.
And there could be an advantage there, but if it's a really old car that breaks down even more and causes you to be late to work and pay for more repairs, that might not be worth it. But there's always trade-offs when you make decisions, so make sure you know what kind of car you're getting when you do something like that. Otherwise, you may be biking to work 2 hours before, leaving 2 hours early to bike to work because your car is not working. So,
and if you choose to not have a car at all, you wouldn't have gasoline spending, but you want to have transportation. You're going to need to buy a bus pass or plan for Uber or Lyft or something like that.
yes.
But you want to make sure that your leftover funds is a positive number. Remember, in our conditional formatting, when it was negative, it was red, and now we're back in the regular color.
All right, so you may be freaking out a little bit, saying, where did all these numbers come from? Don't worry, we're going to walk you through these step by step right now. So let's head over to our Excel file, and we're actually going to do this in Excel today and do a few minor things back in Google Sheets for all the students out there who are using Excel instead of Sheets. Remember, you can do one or the other. You don't have to do both. Okay, so here's the blank budget, and we've actually, we filled this in from before. The first thing we're going to do is add in our months from January through April, okay? So what I'm going to do is right in here in 1960, in January, I'm going to type in 1960. I'm going to tab over. Now you could type these in one at a time, or you could use this autofill feature in the bottom right of each cell. If you hover over it, you'll see a crosshair that you can drag that number across. And then you'd also want to do that for your subtotal. And then if you have...
Why don't you bring the subtotal all the way to December?
That's a good idea. Subtotal all the way to December. And then if you have like a side job in April, you make an extra $200, that will be included in your subtotal. All right, so the next step is to add in the numbers for the expenses. Now, ideally, you wouldn't want to autofill these across because, food changes each month, entertainment changes each month, how much you spend on toiletries will probably change each month. But I'm going to go ahead and autofill them across just for now and then adjust them. But again, if it was you, if this was a real budget, you would do these one at a time for each month. All right.
As you spend, you will be filling in the January column in January, the February column in February. But since this is now April or May, we're going to go ahead and just fill it in just to get the numbers in there.
All right, a bunch of numbers are about to appear in here in a moment. You can pause the video and fill them in, come up with your own numbers, that's fine. But before we copy paste those numbers in, do you see how I can't tell where April is? I think it's here, but I can't be sure, and they're all stuck up here at the top of this worksheet. So there's this thing that you can freeze your cells. It's called freezing pane. So if you click in this cell right below budget plan, you see this top line. I'm going to put a line right there, and then you see this left line right here. I'm going to put a pane right here. And so the way to do that in Excel is you go up to the View tab up here, then you click on Freeze Panes, and then Freeze Panes right here. That is a little bit different in Google Sheets.
What this does, however, is notice when I scroll down, the names of the months stay there, and if I scroll across, the names of the categories stay there. So now we're going to show how to make that happen in Sheets.
Yes. So in Sheets, what you do is there's this little extra darker line up here. And so usually it's up here in the top left. You'll see one vertical and one horizontal. You just click there and drag that down to where you want the divide to be. So I put that one a little bit too far, not a problem. Just make sure your hand, the grabber hand is there on it before you start dragging, and then it will move, and then let go once it's at the right spot. Same thing for this one. Now this one's going to give me an error message because of something. Let's read the error message together. Sorry, you can't freeze columns which contain only part of a merged cell. Try to break apart merged cells or freeze more columns to include the complete merged cells. And so this is basically saying that this top part right here that we merged and centered is coming to where the freeze is.
So we have to unmerge the cells first. And we went to this little button that says unmerge, and we click it again and it puts it back. And I'm just going to take this cell and I'm going to drag it over. That's not what I wanted to do.
That's autofill. The way to move it is you have to put your mouse over the border where
there we go.
Not in the bottom right though.
Oh, there we go. Till you get the
Cut
hand.
And paste. Yeah. Just wait
there we
for
go.
the grabber hand.
And then drag.
So now she can
now
remerge
I can drag
and center
across.
that.
Now I don't want to merge it with A, but I can merge it with all of these others, right? There we go. And so now A is a separate column, and now I can drag my grabber hand to there and freeze those panes. So now when I drag that way, or if I go this way, I can still see all of my columns. And that's in Sheets. And notice here we've got a different amount. My groceries, I spent a different amount in January, February, and March, different amounts each time. Same
so we're just going to copy paste these over to the Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so we just copy pasted in some numbers. You can use them or make up your own. But notice we only did the numbers for the categories. We didn't do the subtotal. So when you copy paste the subtotal in, it just gets the number and not the formula. So let's autofill that across there so that all the way to December, so we have an updated subtotal for each month. And then right below that is where it says the difference between our spending and income. We're going to drag that across until December as well to see if there's any months that went over. And so if it did go over like March did, you're going to have to adjust. You're going to either have to take from the previous month, hopefully you saved,
right,
or take from the next month and you're just going to be short. So that's why planning ahead is so crucial. All right.
Definitely.
Okay, so that's basically it for this lesson. You're basically adding in the numbers all the way up to April, and you're adding in the numbers for both income and expenses, and adjust them how you think it should be, and just make sure that you're coming out in the positive and not the negative for each month. In the next video, we'll be going into how to get totals for the whole year and averages for the whole year, and some more cool stuff like spark lines, which is basically like a little graph of how your spending went for each category and each income job. So good job. We'll look forward to seeing your Excel or your Google Sheet attached into Google Classroom.
And we'll see you at the next lesson.